Both of us. If I make it home, still in one piece, I'll make my peace with the toilet bowl. It always means some lucid dreams and silent screamed apologies, and I can't speak for you as much as you want me to. I can't speak for you. Tonight, I'm stuck this ashtray dry, but then I'll try to dry, nodding in and out of sight. Just one more night, let's make this count. I'm making sure I'm blacking out, and making sure this happy hour don't leave without us. And one more round until I drop. The spinning sky won't make me stop. This happy hour's no happy ending.
Welcome, race fans, and tonight we are closing the chapter on season 2 in the Relentless Racing League as we are wrapping it up with the Drinking Brothers Racing California 150, the Gen 4 Championship for Relentless Racing League. Tonight I've got the one and only with me, Mr. Joe Robert. Joe, how's this race going to fare out for you tonight, you think?
It should be a fine race. I'm just still scrolling audio because, stuff likes to break. So,
Yeah, if stuff didn't break, you wouldn't have no luck whatsoever here lately.
yep. But
But
working on the audio because NVIDIA broadcast is deciding not to work. Um, we need it pretty much if we don't have it. Stuff go kapooey. Say something, by the way, so I can test to see if I hear you or not.
I'm gonna tell you what, right now, the ones we're gonna watch tonight, that's gonna be Ed Morris, Brandon Banks, Davey Hendricks, and Brandon Schaefer. All four of them are in a legitimate spot to get the championship, but an outside shot, and he does have that shot, is gonna be Josh Van Gore in that 83.
Yeah, it's looking at the points right now, pulling them up. Ed Morris is leading by 3. Davey behind by 4. Brandon Schaefer down by 11. Josh Van Gore down by 19. So I think Josh Van Gore, with the amount of drivers that we have in right now, he does not have a chance.
Never know though. It is Gen 4, Ed, Brandon, Davey, and Brandon can wreck.
Period. Van Gore doesn't have a chance. Period. Uh, Not enough drivers right now.
Uh,
There's not enough points to not go around. So yeah, as much as we like Josh, he doesn't have a chance tonight. Send me to Baltimore.
well, unfortunately, I don't think we got any races up in Baltimore. We might could. But I think it's really going to come down to pretty much north south and the drinking bros. So I mean,
Well, looking at the results, if things stay the same, Ed Morris is going to come out with the championship if he continue to have a good pace.
Davy's already got one in for the season with the trucks. So you think he may be looking to be the possibility to make it two?
Um, it's possible, but it's going to be difficult. He's going to have to finish at least. If you're not counting bonus points, he's going to have to finish at least 4 spots ahead of Morris, I believe. I think with actually the tiebreaker, yeah, so he would have to finish at least 4 spots ahead of Ed Morris with no bonus points to either of them. So if that is the case, you know, we'll see. But there's not going to be a lot of room for error. But luckily, we might be able to pull off some strategy. But I don't think this race is going to have a lot of cautions. I think it's going to be a fairly uneventful race in terms of that. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of long runs. We might get lucky and have a caution or two, but we're probably not going to have much cautions. It's going to be a very quick race.
Yeah, especially with 14 out there on the field. And let's see, the laps we're looking at is what we're looking at 75 laps. So what, 30, 40-second laps, maybe 45 minutes to an hour.
Good. Apparently, it was iRacing that's just having the issue with NVIDIA broadcast, so I don't know what to tell you there. But I'm back. I was just making sure that the noise canceling was working. Don't want crap coming in.
Oh, I feel you. That's why I lock the doors and tell my kids to stay away.
I guess it's maybe a Josh Van Gore question to ask why stuff break.
Operator malfunction.
I don't think it's operator malfunction. I think it's more like computer malfunction.
I will tell you what, this is, hopefully there'll be no malfunctions tonight as we fixing to start up qualifying. And if it looks anything like practice does, Morris and Banks maybe 1 and 2.
Yeah. Ooh, Banks just got smacked by the on the wall, by the way. But I mean, with all them being really close, I mean, top five are separated by less than a tenth of a second. The qualifying could go any way, to be honest.
And you know, one thing I will say, and I've seen we've actually seen this up and down battle this season is Josh. Even if he couldn't win the championship, even to get a win, that would be a feat because he's always found himself to be wrong place, wrong time situation.
He's had a few good runs. Never was able to capitalize off them, but yeah, hopefully he can at least finish off with a good finish. I think he's probably going to be in Xfinity next season, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, there's a lot moving up to Xfinity next season. I hate to say it to the Cup guys, but I think the Xfinity series is going to be where it's going to be at.
Um, yeah, probably more parity than that. I don't know. We lost Angel. That's a shame. But happy to see Angel got the championship last night. Even changed his name in Discord. We're like, "Hey Angel, you got the championship. How you feel, buddy?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, I was like, "That's it." Yeah, that was hilarious. It's just like he doesn't want a championship. He's been fighting for it for 3 years, and he's like, "Yes, we did a good job. Happy about everything. Won the championship." So yeah.
Well, you go out on top, retire, and walk away into the sunset.
Should have done that last year for myself. But and we'll be back next season. Probably gonna run truck or ARCA. Currently thinking about the team situation. So we'll see where I end up going.
Broadcast booth is going to be my vote.
Yeah. You're not gonna run any trucks or ARCA next season?
Nope, completely stepping out of the racing next season.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to run truck or ARCA next season just because I like the format for playoffs better. Uh, and I just enjoy those cars more than the Xfinity. Wouldn't mind going the Cup, but I would rather broadcast Cup. I've been broadcasting it the last 2 years, or not 2 years, 2 seasons. And I had a really good time broadcasting Cup. I'd love to run against some of those guys, like Andrew Kolb. Um, Angel. He's not going to be here anymore. Tony. Uh, uh, Going blank. But yeah, everybody up in the Cup. I'd love to race against them. Hardly any of them have gotten a chance to race against, so it'd be nice to, but maybe in a different time.
What do you think it's going to be? Pretty much a. Do you see any dark
So
horses?
I think I just saw Ethan join, so I think Ethan's going to be joining us. By the way,
Do you see any
dark
dark
horses.
horses out there other than Drinking Bros in North South that could upset it?
Um, mm, no, I think it's either going to be a DBR guy or it's going to be a North South guy. Was just how the times are looking right now. They are looking a lot better on that top five than anyone else. So it's either going to be a DBR guy or a Drinking Bro guy. Hello, Ethan. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
We
I
hear
can.
you. You finally made it through the popcorn concession stand line and joined us, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. Gotta get a nice rip your float when this is all over with.
Yeah. How do I sound, by the way?
Oh, you sound great.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I'll tell you though, when I went to Road America for the Xfinity race, they had some rip your floats over in turn 5 at the top of the hill. Man,
Yeah,
they're like $3. They were kick ass.
I love Road
Really.
America.
Oh yeah, it's a great track to see a race. Granted, yeah, you can't see a whole ton, but it's a great place to see a race. Had a wonderful time there. Been going there the last 3 years. One first for the Cup race, and then the last two Xfinity races.
I wish Cup still raced there, but maybe they will at some point.
What? Yeah, they might once the. It depends, because with the new schedules coming out, I know that they're gonna have to find a replacement for Auto Club while they convert it. So if I'm gonna be honest though, I mean they're probably gonna try to grab something in the Pacific Northwest area or California area. So I think
Portland.
some track, yeah, you could do Portland, you could do like Laguna perhaps. Could run Long Beach if they want to do another street course. They could run Irwindale, but I don't think they have the facilities for Irwindale. Um, Kern County, but again, that's something else that maybe they wouldn't be able to do. There's a lot of good options, but how many of them are actually viable options? I
Yeah,
mean,
I just
granted, yes, for some of these tracks, you could bring in temporary seating, have some fun, but yeah, we'll see.
yeah, might as well get a cup race in the LA Coliseum. Although that would not go well, but Wisconsin and Portland, it'll probably be snowing in February.
Yeah, well, hey, make they racing on rain, make them race in the snow. How about that?
That sounds like a lot of fun.
I mean, hey, if you go on Project Cards 2, it's a game that's been out for a while. I'll tell you, something that's fun. Run some cars on some snow because you can actually run in the snow on Project Cars 2.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I need to start learning how to run in the rain
Yeah,
or relearning.
that update's going to be coming soon, and everyone's going to be confused.
Oh, you know it.
All right, well, time for the starting lineup. Let's get going. Brandon Schaefer going to be rolling off first with Ed Morris Jr. in second. Davey Hendricks going to be third with NMM peaking uh, on the rear of that car. Uh, Brandon Bark is going to be fourth. Michael Newbrough fifth. Brandon Banks sixth. Cody Kinsey seventh. Drew Holman eighth. John Delmeter is going to be in ninth. And Leandro Benini is going to be 10th. Josh Van Gore 11th. Jason Hastings 12th. Edward Morris Sr. 13th. Yeah, small field. It happens though. It's playoffs. It's just the side effect of it. If people can't win, they typically don't show up. All right, who do you got tonight, Ethan, for the championship?
I Well, since I don't really watch this series much, I'm gonna go with the safe option. This is always a safe option for any race, but Davey Hendricks.
All right. I'm going to go with Ed Morris. He's been looking really good the last few races. He's leading the championship points. He was really fast in practice, qualified really good. I think Ed Morris, he has the most buffer. I think Ed Morris is going to be the guy tonight. Jeremy?
I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to give it to Michael Newbrough.
Michael Newbrough, huh? And so he's going to pull like 25 points out of his butt.
Well, to win the race. You didn't say about the
It doesn't
championship
matter if he
now.
wins the race. It doesn't matter if he wins the race. It's not the same format as Cup and Xfinity.
I was going to see him win the race.
Who's going to win the championship?
Mm, I'm going to throw Banks.
He's going to go Banks.
I'm going to go
All
Banks.
right, well,
Restart
we'll
zone.
see. Yep, we'll see in about an hour who's right and who's wrong. Green flag. Good start there by Morris and all the top four. Looks like Dave's going to immediately get up to the top, but Morris is probably just going to want to claim that high side and get on a move. Just got to be careful on the first lap or two because these cars can get wicked loose on cold tires.
Cleared him.
Yeah. Down the back straight away, Michael Newbrough looking to make Jeremy's wish come true. He's in 6th right now, looking on the bottom. So, where would you want to be if you're looking to think about long run? Because long run is going to be extremely important because, with the amount of cars we have and with how clean they've been running too, I don't expect there to be any cautions. If there is, there will probably only be 1 or 2.
Well, for a long run, I would say for the first run at least, just keep your car clean. Find a line that's decently fast. Wow, I think Newbrow just said something, but never mind. But yeah, I would say the high line maybe the middle and 3 and 4, just because the high line doesn't mean as much there. But that's from running the Cup car last night, which is way different.
Yeah, right now Ed Morris and Schaefer have gotten out to a big lead. Now, running the wall, you can run pretty quick up here. You just got to be careful that you don't let the rear of the car clap the wall because it'll suck you in then. The right rear sticks out farther toward the wall than any of the cars that we run. So you just got to be careful. You can't run as close to the wall as you can in other cars.
Yeah, that's a problem. Well, not a problem, but I guess like a weird perk of this car that not
It's
many
a
of the
sister
other
car.
cars have. Yeah. In the Cup car and the old Gen 6, we didn't have to deal with that, at least to this extent. This car, it's very touchy with the handling off the corner. And like you said, whenever you get in the wall, it sucks you in. Oh, contact.
Yep. Oh, no. Yeah, contact there between the 7 and the, I don't know. The 55 had the run on the corner. He did come down a little bit. Looked like Ed kind of blocked too, but the 55 did let out. That is some big damage to the rear end of the 7.
Yeah, he's got a lot of damage.
As of now, yeah, there are some mad drivers. But with that little holdup, that will put Davey Hendricks to the lead.
Well, he's currently sitting 13th, Ed Morris. Oh, Ed's not very happy.
No, he is not. Yeah. Yeah, take a look at Ed's car, though, Jeremy, on the stream. His right rear is completely caved in. And I'm not sure if that's an effect handling of this car. Now, pretty much Ed's only hope now is for a caution flag.
Oh, yeah, there's no caution. I thought he was catching up to the field, but no. I guess I can't see the cautions on here.
There is one thing I'm noticing with a lot of these cars, though, and they are getting very, very loose. They're gunning it off the corner. And it seems to be happening more on the bottom, the lower that you go than the top. But when they're getting off the corner, they're getting a little too hard on the throttle because there's a fine limit on this. If you get on it, you'll be fine. But if you get a little too extra on it, you're gonna go around, or at least get loose.
Yeah, it's like having a eggshell under the throttle in this car. A little bit more than the next gen, and maybe the Xfinity car, because in those cars, when you're coming off the corner, and really, you're only off the throttle for a second in those cars, and then you absolutely hammer the throttle once the car rotates. And but this car, it's completely the opposite. You do treat it like there's an eggshell under the throttle. You are very gentle with it.
On the bright side for Ed Morris, looking at his lap times, he is actually running quicker than pretty much everyone in the field. So, I mean, granted, that could be down to him pushing too hard or pushing now that he has to catch up. But at least it looks like the damage isn't going to affect him too much.
Yeah, drivers do that when they're behind the 8 ball. Whenever something unlucky happens to them, or they just get put behind like that, they usually find a way. And I don't know, maybe I've done this, but when you get put behind like that, it suddenly becomes a lot easier to just gain a lot more speed. Probably because you're driving angry. Um, I don't know. It's different.
The one advantage it looks like that might happen is the way that that rear is caved in might actually give him a little bit of advantage running toward the wall because the way it's caved in, but he needs a
Yeah.
caution to come out.
Yeah, I would say that would be hurting him because all that downforce is now not in the way of the, I guess you could say, the wind that's pushing the car down.
The one thing I'm more worried about is his spoiler because his spoiler is a little bit bent. It's not really bent down or up, but it's bent where the right side is pushed forward and the left side is normal. So,
Yeah, I'd be worried about that too.
granted, though, he is falling off at about the same pace as everybody, and he spun, so his tire is going to be worse off too. So, I think he's going to be okay. It just needs something to have to happen. Right now, we got battle for second. It's going to be Nubra and Banks.
Okay, so looking at his speeds down the straightaways, he's a little bit slower. Um, I would say that is the damage because the damage is on the right side of his back bumper, which means it's probably making the spoiler stick up in the wind just a little bit more, which is probably slowing him down because on the right side of these
Oh,
twisted shifts.
big contact in the wall.
Uh-oh.
Morris Sr. He absolutely dove it in real hard. Just missed the corner in 1 and 2. And Morris Sr. just gave that thing a big old slap.
As Matt Fornes would say, cram.
Car doesn't look that bad. I mean, damaged the front a little bit, but doesn't even really look like he hit the wall that much. Jeremy, what do you got to say? You're quiet there, bud.
I'm just letting y'all go at it, sitting here watching the camera and watching Morris skate around.
Yeah, I will tell you one thing though. Now that the DBR boys are in a line, it looks like now they're gonna try to get down Davy. Davy's at the
Oh,
moment.
car way up in the wall. Leonardo Bonini.
Let's see what happened to Leonardo or Leandro.
Oh, I read that wrong.
Oh yeah, he ran the high line, went a little too hard, and yeah, I think he was gonna hit the wall anyway. But yeah, just he hits the right rear in it, and it just kind of sucks the car in there. All right. So Brandon Banks looks like now. I mean, if the DBR guys just try to get lined up for just a moment, if they just try to run Davy down, they'll easily get him. Right now, Davy would be champion if the race ended the way it is right now. He's getting a lot of bonus points. He is, leading laps. That's what he needs to do. With all the bonus points, with how much they matter, you're gonna want to get the fastest lap. You're gonna want to get bonus points. You're gonna want to get everything possible. Right now, fastest lap. Looking at it, um, I believe is Davy, but we're gonna look. Now, fastest lap right now is Brandon Schaefer. Nope, it's Drew Holman actually. So Drew Holman having the fastest lap, better him than someone else not having it. Ed Senior down pit road, early pit stop.
Wow, he just went from being pretty much risk free by being, pretty much leading this race. And now he's taking risks big time, pitting.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the fuel strategy is for today.
I'm sorry, that's Morris Senior, not Morris.
You know what? I know what I can actually do. Um, what I'm actually going to do to get the fuel strategy idea, it's not going to be exactly correct. But what I can do is I can, since I'm in the watch mode, I can hop in a car really fast. I'll just plug in the wheels so it'll go up, and I can get the estimated fuel. Let's see what we're looking at here. All right. So, fuel looks like it can go about 19.6 laps when you're in the pits. So, I would say you're probably going to be looking at maybe like 18, 19 laps. I don't think you can really get it much farther than 19. So we're probably going to have a lot of pit stops happening in the next couple laps. Ed Senior, pitting on lap 15, or actually came on in 14. You pretty much have to three stop it. You pretty much have to three stop it.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to be the case this race.
With Ed pitting so early, I'm assuming what he's going to do, he's probably going to pit around 15. Probably going to pit around.
Oh, Davey almost won. And he's coming down pit road.
Yeah, got very close up to the wall. So most of the drivers coming down pit road that are in the lead pack, it's going to be Davey, Banks, Schaefer, Nubra, Vangor, and Drew Holman. Delmater as well, and Jason Hastings. Leandro stays out. Banks, not Banks, Park stays out to lead a lap. Kinsey's coming off pit road. He pitted last time by. Ed Morris looks like he did gain a lot of time coming into pit road. Hopefully he didn't speed. Very aggressive entry for Morris, but it will pay off, I think. Down pit road comes Leandro. And Brandon Park. Oh, Michael spins
Nope,
on
no caution.
the exit of pit road. Now he's going to have to get a... Yeah, Schaefer spun coming off pit road.
No caution.
Barney being lazy today. Yeah, he just... Looks like he just gunned it. But with what happened, they may clear it.
They're coming back down the road.
I would definitely protest that if I was either one of them, because I would say, hey, I was avoiding a wreck if I'm Michael Nubra. So, oh yeah, he is in the grass.
I've done
Man,
that
he had
thing before.
He had a big moment. Oh man. So, yeah, Drew Holman pulled a slide job on him. It looks like Vangor backed off a little bit and just couldn't save it. A lot of cautions that maybe should be coming out, but he basically slid all the way down the front straightaway. I like the fact that it is my car on pit road and it's blocking Brandon Schaefer's in the watch area. So, as of now, Nubro and Schaefer both come off pit road. So they're going to be at least a lap down. Yes, they will. One lap down. Josh Van Gore is 11th. Leandro 10th, who nearly has a moment of his own. Ed Morris is back up to 8th place. Actually, 7th place now. Just got around Delmater. However, with Davey getting all the bonus points, he still needs to get up there. I'd say he at least needs to get around Morris, Holman, and Park. Probably Banks too. Cody Kinsey pitted early, so he's probably going to end up falling off. Pitted on lap 17. It was way slower, but he did gain a lot of momentum. And Davey is just out really far. Jeremy, how do you think Davey got that big of a lead? Or Ethan, how do you think he got that big of a lead?
Just out driving everybody.
Yeah, everyone wrecked on pretty much out of pit road, so. I mean, it's good news for Morris. Uh-oh, Leandro getting loose in the back straightaway. Keeps it down. All right. Right now, no big battles, though, on track. But fuel-wise, we're probably going to be seeing next pit stops happen between around 35 to 40. A lot of guys need a caution.
Yeah,
As
everybody needs caution.
Morris Sr. just gets passed by Ed Morris Jr. I'll tell you, if Morris sees Banks, I don't know. I don't know how good that one's gonna go. Who wrecked him? Was it Schaefer or Banks? It was Banks, wasn't it? It was Schaefer. Now, I mean, yeah, he could have let off, but he also I don't know. It's a crap situation all around, pretty much. Park getting in a battle with Banks, trying to get around him. Lost a bunch of momentum trying to complete that pass. By the way, 203 miles an hour down the front straight.
That's so fast with this car.
I mean, hey, on Talladega, you can put an Indy car up to 250.
That's really fast. I know
I
the
think
Cup
on
car.
iRacing,
Sorry, you
I think
go
on
ahead.
iRacing Super Speedway, you can get the Indy car even higher.
Oh yeah. This I know the Cup car last night was doing like 198 at best. So this thing's actually faster than the Cup car.
Well, you know, this is an old Cup car with the engine at least.
Yeah, it's a Cup car engine from like I think 2006.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to keep in mind. Remember, you know, even with the Gen 6, they used to have a package where you were going 208, 209 at like Michigan. You could even go faster at Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, that was the 2014, 2013 package before they got rid of it. It was a big blade on the back, and it was, I think, 1,000 horsepower pretty much. Those cars were wild because they had a lot of downforce and they had massive amounts of horsepower. So, like at Chicagoland, they would be doing like 200 by the finish line.
Leonardo having a little bit of a wiggle. Yeah, Davey is just driving off into the sunset right now. He is flying. He's over. He's almost 7 seconds ahead of his nearest competitor, which is Brandon Banks. So he just needs to maintain just a decent run, and he'll be fine. And there's no way that they're really going to get to him with the pace he's running. I mean, even if they're knocking off a tenth a lap, you know what? He's going to get tires in like another like 10 laps.
Question is lap traffic. How hard will they fight Davey? Because Brandon Schaefer is right ahead of him. I think just a couple of seconds.
I think Davey was just clutching it. He was clutching it for just a moment. Davey shifting? No way.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, he was clutching it in the corner, which was interesting. The last corner. Yeah, he's clutching it in the corner for just a moment, and then getting back on the gas. And that time he actually hit the wall. Luckily, it wasn't that hard of a hit, and he just didn't get sucked in. But I'm gonna have to ask him what he's doing here, because that's actually an interesting method I've never really seen. An intentional clutch like that. But right now, Brandon Park has knocked about a second off Davey right now, down to 6 seconds for the gap.
He is flying though, even though he's saving. Oh yeah, he's saving. I can hear him clutching now. I think he's trying to cut off one stop.
That's gonna be tough because I mean, think about it. If Davey pit, when did he pit? He pit on lap 18, start of 19, right? So if we do that same math, let's say he pits at 37, like 36, and then let's say he'll pit again at like 54.
Yeah.
I think what he's worried about is that he's going to be a lap or two short, perhaps, and doesn't want to have to come in for fuel. So he wants to guarantee it's going to be a three-stopper. Looking at when they pitted, Hendricks came on in 18, Van Gore came at 18, Schaefer, we don't care about him, or Nubra because they're both a lap down. Leandro came in at 19, Morris Sr. at 14, Delmater at 18, Hastings at 18, Ed Morris at 18, Holman at 18, Kinsey at 17, Banks at 18, and Park at 19. So can't really get much more than that. I would say 19. I would say 20 laps is like the max that you can probably do. You can maybe save, but you don't want to oversave.
Well, he's clutching in so much that his car's sliding up and he's hitting the wall, which he's done in the last few laps. But that's not really the worst thing. It's just, I guess, don't, when you have this much of a lead, say if a caution comes out, you don't want to beat up car in traffic.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, Kinsey still fighting with Brandon Banks, but still. Slower. I mean, he's old on older tires, but did post a faster lap, so maybe he did a better job at saving his stuff than Banks did. And I can tell, with his entry that Cody Kinsey, he got in the corner way softer than Banks did. He was way less aggressive in the corner, so that's probably why his tires might be a little bit better, even though they're older.
Yeah, that's probably true.
If I'm Davey, though, I'm not really too worried about Park. Park isn't gonna win the championship. So the only thing I'm worried about as Park hits the wall, the only thing I'm worried about Park really is him, playing interference for his teammates. Because I'm not worried about Park. I am worried about Banks if I'm Davey. Because, Banks is 2 positions back. Granted, Davey's getting the bonus points, but Davey needs to do good.
Well, it's only a few more laps before Davey gets the most laps led bonus points, regardless of if he loses the lead, if he does. But he will have those bonus points if he, I think, leads past lap 37. Oh, he's pitting this time.
Davey's pitting this time. So he's coming in. It's going to be lap 37. So he did manage to make it one more lap. I think he's going to have to do that one more time. Then he should be able to stop it. So Park stays out. And Banks comes down too. The 49's going to come down pit road, as does the 96. So not as many stay. Uh-oh, Schaefer about to lose it. Schaefer, it's an egg under there, man. You almost Tokyo drifted the whole way around there.
Wow. 6 is pitting this time.
Yeah, so Davey gets released. Lead doesn't look as big as what it was. Caution!
Caution.
Schaefer around.
Oh no. Davey's gonna have to save. He's got to save if he wants to get back to pit road. Oh, he's clutched in. Oh, he's pitting. Davey's pitting. Oh, oops.
Yeah, so with Schaefer going around, he was looking really bad the first 2 times, like the last lap before that, and he just went around, just was too aggressive on the throttle. Best news right now is for Ed Morris Jr. He's going to be back up with the pack, can fix the damage if he wishes. I think Nubra and Schaefer, Schaefer's not going to be able to be on the lead lap. But Kinsey's a lap down, Banks is a lap down, so they're going to have to take wave rounds. And we'll be on older tires. So Davey, we're just trying to see where the pace car is. So the pace car is out right now. Brandon Park will pick it up. So Kinsey, Banks, and they're all going to be on slightly older tires. Ed Morris is about to run out of fuel, trying to get around.
He's got to get back to pit road.
I think he should make it.
I think I can hear his engine sputtering.
Yeah, he is.
He's sputtering.
He is.
Oh, he's out.
The engine's still engaged, though. I can still hear the engine. So he's just really trying to make sure it is completely saved. One car, Drew Holman, spun out under caution entering pit road. Yeah, Ed's going to make it to his stall.
Well, it's a long way down pit road.
He will make it, though. What's important is he's going to make it. He's not going to be in the best restarting position. But what matters is that he's going to be in that position. So Davey going to come down. Probably not going to get tires, but going to get fuel at least. Ed's going to make it. Just don't overshoot your box there, Ed.
Oh, yeah, that would be the worst thing ever.
All right, so Senior will get her wave around. Banks will get a wave around. As will Jason Hastings Del Mater. But they're already a lap down. So I think it'll update, for me at least, once they cross the line. Brandon Park will be the leader. And then it'll be Davey Hendricks, Drew Holman, Josh Van Gore, Cody Kinsey, and then Ed Morris. Ed Morris just got his damage fixed, by the way. It looks like that car didn't even have damage. So whatever damage he had, it looked like it was pretty quick. So back on the lead lap we go. Ed Morris, Banks, Hastings, Del Mater. Newbro and Schaefer remain a lap down, and Leandro remains 2 laps down. Redemption perhaps coming along for the 7. But you know what? The bonus points that Davey has acquired, he has led a lap, but he has also had the most laps. I think Ed Morris to be safe. I mean, you got to beat Davey. I think the most you can maybe sacrifice is only finishing like one position behind him, maybe two. He'll be restarting in fourth position when we come down to it. This is going to be a one-stop race when it's all said and done, though. It's going to be a one-stop race to go. If you're going to see a split, you're probably going to maybe see them pit. I would say, to guess, probably going to see them running out of fuel. We saw them going around 18 laps. It means they'd probably be coming in around lap 58.
Yeah, I mean that's when I would come down pit road.
They're probably going to run it empty because it's going to be that close. Just don't cause a wreck getting back up to the front there. Little bit of confusion in the back. They all have to line up straight because they got the wave around. Green flag, here we go.
Brandon Park got a pretty good restart right there.
Yeah, he did, and keep an eye on Ed Morris. He needs to get to the front. He needs to get every position he can. He needs to beat Davey. Because Davey has racked up the bonus points while he's been in the back. Bad start for the rest of the field, though. It's a top three getaway. It's going to be 3 wide as we go into the third turn.
Davey's going to get to that quarter panel down. Oh, he's spinning his tires.
Yeah, Davey going to look for the lead on Brandon Park.
He's at that quarter panel.
He's going to dive it in hard.
Turns 1 and 2 is a very difficult place to make a pass. Oh, he's loose.
Very loose, and that's going to allow Ed Morris. He could have easily passed Davey there. He let off. Now Park going to try the bottom. And Davey got his tires a little heated up. He's looking a little bit loose right now. Going to be spread out between 1 and 2 and 3, but here comes 4, 5, and 6, and 7. They're all catching up now, trying to get back to the leader. Everybody lined up. Kinsey and Holman go down low, trying to get around Newbra.
If Brandon Park does not make any mistakes, he can win this race. From here, I don't think Davey can catch him.
I mean, it will be interesting. It seemed like Davey was the best on the long run. I mean, granted, he was doing some saving, so we'll see where it goes. But yeah, these guys just got to be careful. Side-by-side battle, we got Holman and Nubra. Holman trying to get a little slide job on, and Holman.
Oh, Brandon Park's in the wall. He's in the wall. Davey's gonna go by him on the inside.
Yeah, big mistake on exit. Just got a little bit loose. Caught the right side. But Park is going to try to get back down on the bottom.
He's clear. Oh, he's barely clear. Never mind.
He's not clear. He's going to lose a ton of speed down the front straightaway. And Ed Morris is in tow of Davey Hendricks. Now, is Park going to stay high or will he go low? We'll stay high.
He can really hustle it through 3 and 4 on the bottom. So I would expect him to do that again.
And Morris plays it low. Davey moves down a little bit. The 33 moves down. Think Park going to go back down bottom this turn? Yes, he will. He's gonna gain a lot of speed and a lot of time off of Davey, but he just doesn't have the speed to get around him, and just loses it all down the front straightaway. And Morris has the speed and the draft on Davey. And, you know, he's gonna come into the corner going a little bit faster.
Slide job. That's a slide job. He's gonna pull up in front of Davey right here. As long as he doesn't spin his wheels. There you go. You got it.
Yeah, good run, but you know, Davey's gonna have to run. And it looks like he's actually gonna block inside, so he does want the inside. I mean, the inside can definitely be better at times. Just don't want to be overly aggressive. You're going slower on the inside, so you're going to save a little bit of your rears. Not sure about the fronts, but going to save the rears up at least. You're not going as fast.
I just know the inside in 3 and 4, at least last night in Cup as well, it was just really, really good compared to the high line in 3 and 4. Something about that corner, the inside's just better. You don't lose as much off the exit.
Ed, going to try to get around Davey, perhaps.
See, he gains so much ground in 3 and 4 that Davey just can't really make it up on the front stretch. It can't really be made up.
Yeah, but when he keeps on sliding up like that, he is going slower exiting the corner. So it looks like Davey actually did catch him a little bit that time. Side-by-side battle as well. Hastings and Vangor. Vangor defends up high, and Hastings really can't do anything about it. And have to slot back in behind Vangor. Ed to the rear of the 38 again. I do think Ed is faster right now, and he I don't think he wants to play around with Davey right now. I think Ed is faster, but he doesn't want to take a risk either.
Yeah, and see, there he is. He took 3 and 4 on the bottom again. He gained so much ground that Davey's not really making it up on the front stretch anymore.
Davey pulls down 1 and 2. Davey gonna lose a lot of time with that move. He's gonna lose at least second. He's gonna have to slide in immediately in front of Schaefer. Nope, can't do it. Gonna lose maybe in third as well and fall back to fourth, but he's gonna have to stay committed there on the bottom of 3. He does gain a lot of time, but Michael Newbrow stays low too. 3 wide coming out of the corner.
This is perfect if you're Brandon Park right now.
Yeah, Newbrow is a lap down, so luckily for Davey, he only lost 1 position, but he still needs to finish, I think, ahead of Ed Morris.
I think Ed Morris needs to win this race. He needs one more spot, I think, because Davey's got a...
No, I don't think Davey has that many bonus points.
He's got the most laps led, for sure, because he's led most of this race.
That's only a point, though.
Yeah, but they both have, I think, 1 lap. Well, they have laps led points, or 1 point.
Yeah, he came into this race 4 points ahead of Davey.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so he should be about 3 ahead of him, at least.
Morris?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Davey does need to get on the deal, though. He is falling back. And Drew Holman as well. Only car that's really near him. Davey does put on the clutch a bit. Don't hit the wall.
Oh.
That's going to put Drew Holman ahead easy. Now, I mean, the question is, when will they come down and pit? Because I'm assuming like traditional, just driving, can probably make it about 18 laps at most. You can maybe stretch it to 19 or 20 the way Davey is doing it. It's going to be interesting to see when they all come down pit road. You're going to want to stretch this fuel run as long as possible. Right now the gap's still about a second. Michael Newbrow falling off of Ed Morris too. All straightened up right now. Hey, it's lap 53. You want to go to a quick commercial there, Jeremy, before we get pit stops? Jeremy? All right, well, we're back to racing. Now, I guess the commercials don't want to work. You guys get easy broadcast today. By the way, Ed Senior comes off pit road. There ain't a snowball's chance in hell that he's gonna make it to the end unless he hard saves. So I'm interested to see what'll happen with Ed. Kinsey also a lap down, so I think he pitted. Yeah, he pitted on lap 50. So I'm interested to see what these guys are kind of thinking of because I don't see the benefit of it. Drew Holman coming down pit road right now, as well as Van Gore. Drew Holman gonna lose a lot of time on that pit entrance. Brandon Banks just absolutely swoops on by. So it's gonna be Van Gore, Delmeter, Holman, and Banks. So pitting at lap 56, going to 57, you still gotta make it 19 laps. Do you think they can make it? I mean, I think you're gonna have to save just a little bit to make it 19 laps.
I think it'll be difficult if you don't save, but if you save just a little at the beginning of the run, I think it can happen.
Yeah. Makes it just a little bit easier on these guys though that pit one lap later. Schaefer stay. Oh, don't speed! Ed Morris nearly sped. Locked it up, and Davey very close on pit entrance too. He may have sped. Drew Holman black flag, so he did speed. And Park comes in this time. And Park also bombed his pit stall.
Oh wow, he way overshot it.
Park's gonna way lose the lead. And with this being said, though, these guys pitting a lap later, they're gonna get an extreme advantage of the fact that they don't have to save fuel. Schaefer and Nubra, they're probably only going to be able to make it maybe another lap or so. So they're going to have to be extremely careful. Leandro down pit road this time, going to make it. So the bad deal about Park missing his pit stop is that Ed Morris won't have a buffer between himself and Davey. The good thing is he doesn't have to deal with Brandon Park anymore. Down pit road comes Schaefer and Nubro. And it's pretty much going to be it for pit stops. Now we're just going to have to see who will make it to the end. Cody Kinsey's still out there, leading the race right now. However, he is not going to make it. Brandon Banks running in the third position, one position ahead of Davey. Brandon Banks is, I don't know if has he even led a lap today? I don't think I've seen him lead a lap yet, so I'm a little bit interested to see what happens with that there. So Ethan,
Yes, sir.
what are you thinking with the amount of laps we have left?
I'm thinking that if Ed Morris just made contact with the 4. I'm thinking if Ed Morris can keep it on track and keep everybody behind him, I think he can win the championship.
Yeah, very lucky it was only a minor contact. He's just gonna have to play it safe though. One second. All right, we're good. So right now the gap between Morris and Banks is only 0.8. Morris did pit a lap later. If Banks wins, I don't think it'll matter for Morris. I think he'll still be champion with everything that's all said and done. So, I mean, do you just let Banks by at that point? What do you do?
I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I think that's a hard question actually. I wouldn't let anybody by, to be honest, if it was me, but I don't know what they're thinking. So
Morris has put about a tenth and a half on Brandon Banks that time by. So he is gaining on him. Kinsey down pit road. He's going to come in and I guess his hope is maybe that caution will come out. He's getting on his final set of tires. So I guess now he's just going to hope that caution comes out in the next lap or two. That would be the best benefit for him. But he would need it to come out probably within a minute or two. But he'll go a lap down. And I think Morris Sr. will be coming in a moment too, because he's going to probably be running around to the end of his rope, probably by around lap 72. Need to slap a fresh set on. He is clutching it though.
yeah, he is.
And he was, but yeah, I just don't see Morris Sr. getting any kind of meaningful position. I mean, he might be able to snipe off a guy or two that needs to pit for fuel at the very end of the race. But even at that point, you would just want it dry. He might get lucky. Who knows? By the way, Banks gets passed by Hendricks.
Oh wow.
Banks fighting back with Hendricks on the top side. Davey sent a dive bomb into 1 and 2, made it stick, got around him. But now Banks down to the bottom. He's going to get around Hendricks. Now Hendricks going to swap with the 54. If I'm Davey, by the way, I'm worried about Nubra following around. Definitely someone I don't want to have to deal with a lap down at least. Banks slots in behind Davey. Going to try to maybe get a run off the high side. Really loose coming off the corner, but makes it stick. Might have a run on him. He might be able to get side by side down the front straight, down the back straightaway. Can't dive it in because of Nubro.
I bet Ed Morris is just thinking, please don't be a caution. No caution. Please.
As long as he can make it, yeah, that's what he's thinking. If he can't make it, he wants one. He should be able to make it, though. I can't see why he wouldn't. Yeah, Davey, probably a little bit frustrated that he's having to deal with a lap car right now. Nubro is going to be faster because he did pit a lap after Davey. 1 lap of old tires is still 1 lap old tires. Can sometimes be worth about a tenth. So Nubro getting around Davey now. Maybe, just maybe, he can hang on the draft of the 56 if the 56 can catch the 7 and get around him. I think that'd be his only hope. He's just hoping that the 56 doesn't slow him down and in fact helps him be faster. At the start of this lap, Davey was 1.276 behind. We'll see where he is at the end of this lap. Do you think the 56 is going to help him?
Oh, I'm not sure. I would say yes.
Well, we'll see this time across the line, and you know the 56 is going to be getting drafting help too from the 7 now. Davey did chop off only about a half a tenth.
Well, he's got about 6 more laps to run him down, 5 maybe.
Yeah, we're on lap 69 of 75. So yeah, we're gonna be at 6 to go next time by. And I'll be really interested to see what comes of it. I think we may have some fuel drama, but I suspect that most of these cars should be able to make it.
Yeah, Ed Morris is starting to clutch in hard now in 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing we're worried about. We don't want to run out of fuel.
If you run out of fuel on the backstretch, it's a long way around to the start-finish line.
I mean, put it this way: if he ran out in the back straightaway, everyone else made it, he'd probably get passed by at least the top 6.
Yeah, it's an entire mile from the middle of the backstretch to the middle of the front straightaway. Oh, Ed Morris! Wow, that was the clutch. That was his clutch input right there.
Looked for a second that he almost did a misshift there, and that allows Nubro to get up right by him. I mean, maybe you could use Nubro as a draft, try to save some fuel.
I think that would save very little fuel. I mean, if there was a lot of cars, it would probably save fuel, but just one car, I'm not really sure about that.
You can tell that Morris is driving a little scared after what happened earlier with one of those teammates of his.
Yeah, I mean, if to save fuel, I would just be running the bottom right now if I really needed to save fuel.
Yeah, just don't break the eggshell.
Yeah, that's the most important part. I mean, yeah, the bottom might be slower, but you're saving anyway. So I don't think anybody behind you who's also saving is going to try and catch you while you're on the bottom.
3 laps to go. Ed Morris Sr. trying to make it to the end. He's going to go a lap down. It'd be amazing if that 5 car could make it, though. I mean, yeah, he's had to clutch a long way, but may have been better if he just had pitted. Who knows? We'll see. Davies put the gap down to 1.1. 2 laps to go. This is where it's going to get shady. Hopefully no one runs out.
I think Davey's going to give it his all right here.
No clutch drop here from the 7.
Oh, Davey's catching him big time. He's going to have a nice run off, too, right here.
Yeah, if I'm Morris, I remember what happened with Schaefer before. Just let him by. He's not your battle. You just don't mess with the 55. He's nothing to do with you right now. White flag this time, 1 lap to go. The gap as of this moment, 1 second. Actually, no, down to 0.75. Davey and Banks fighting for...
Davey hard in the wall.
Oh. Davey hard in the wall, but that won't affect the position. Just will probably seal him in 3rd. And Ed Morris just needs to make it a half a lap farther. Even if he ran out, I think he'd be okay from here.
It's not sputtering.
Straight. Ed Sr. not Ed Sr. Ed Jr. gonna win the championship. Banks runs out at the line, and Davey almost cleared him. Jason Hastings is going to finish in fourth. Josh Van Gore fifth. Brandon Park sixth. Del Mater going to finish seventh. Newbro will finish eighth. Brandon Schaefer will finish ninth. Ed Senior 10th. Kinsey 11th. Holman 12th. Bonini 13th. Well, how about that? Recovering from from last to first. Good job by Ed Morris Jr. You know, may have thought that this race would have been out of reach perhaps for him, but he got the caution he needed. Only got one. He'll burn it down. Get his Gen 4 championship. All right. Well, how about that race?
That was a pretty fun race to watch. Usually is with the Gen 4 races, but seeing guys come off the corner sliding, there's nothing else like it. I mean, this car is just amazing to watch, really.
So I have a question, Jeremy. Who'd you pick? Because you picked Park, didn't you, Ethan?
I think I picked Davey.
Oh, you picked Davey?
Yeah.
I thought you said Park to win the race. Who'd you end up picking, Jeremy?
Don't remember.
I think
Remember.
Jeremy picked Nubra.
Nubra, you know where to send the complaints to.
Complaint department is closed for the next 3 weeks.
I was thinking that the complaint department may be happening for me with Ed, but yeah, luckily he overcame the curse. So let's get talking. We'll get Brandon Banks in here. Brandon, hello.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
It's going quite well. Overall, you had a good race. What a decent amount of laps, and
Yeah,
just a little short on the championship, but overall, you ran the best race you could.
yeah, we had a good year. I think I kind of hate what happened there at the end. I wish you kind of would have been able to race that straight out. And I don't know what happened that first pit stop. I was in my pit box. I was right behind Davey coming in, and it just sat me there. It wouldn't even let me leave. I don't know what happened there. It gave me like 6 seconds. I sat there, so came back out and. I think we were catching him, but caught a caution there. But and with that wave around everything, I just couldn't get the track position back, and that last run, I had to clutch for like 12 laps there because I was like kept being like a lap short, so I couldn't get to Ed at the end there. I ran out of gas probably about 100 feet to the line, so yeah, so good win to him, and he was fast. It was a good year. It's like I said, the whole thing between Davey and Schaefer and Ed and everybody, we it was a lot of fun, and definitely looking forward to going to Xfinity Series next year.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting Xfinity series. Yeah, you finish the season tied in points with Davey.
Yeah, yeah, I knew it would be close. I wasn't sure if he maybe got me with the leading laps and stuff. I don't know. I think I had the car for him after probably halfway through the run. I usually am quicker than those guys at the end. They're just fast at the beginning. So, yeah, like I said, it's a good finish. I don't know, probably what second or third maybe the point, something like that. I guess so.
Yeah, second in
Um,
points.
yeah, so we'll take it. Like I said, congrats again to Ed for the championship and the win. Like I say, he raced a really good season this year, and like I said, that team's strong. So we'll see what we can do next season in the Xfinity Series, and hopefully the racing will be just as good. I'm sure it will.
You got for shoutouts.
I said appreciate everybody. You guys for putting on the broadcast. You do an excellent job, man, and Martin Sports and all the admins and stuff in here that do this. This is it's a lot of fun. And so the DBR guys. Can't thank them enough. They put up with a lot of our crap, and we have a lot of fun together racing. So, yeah, so that's about it. Like I said, congrats again to Davey. I mean, sorry, Davey. Ed losing to Davey. So, uh, but yeah, congrats to Ed for championship, and said go next season and see what we can do.
Well, good job tonight. We'll see what you can do in Xfinity.
All right, man. Thanks.
Have a good night.
You too.
All right, we got Steven in here, so let Steven talk real quick. Steven, what's up?
Hey, just wanted to give a shout out. We completed the points, right? And as we all know, Ed Morris will be the champion for this Gen 4 season. But I just want to let
Yep.
you know we had a tie for second place. All right.
That would go to Davey then because he has more wins. Yeah.
Bingo. So when you bring Davey up, I've already told him I went down to the other channel and told him congratulations. But it's Ed Morris then Davey. So North South has taken 1-2 this season. It's been a great long season for all these guys. I want to thank them all for coming out every week. It's been great, just a great race year round or all season long. So, and then to you guys for doing what you guys do. I appreciate you broadcasting, doing everything you guys got going on. And then I want to say thank you to our sponsor, right? Those guys out there do a lot for us, especially over at Martin Sports. So thanks to them for putting on everything for us. And I'll turn it back over to you guys so you can take care of the rest of the interviews. Thanks again, you
All
guys.
right.
Appreciate all you do.
Thank you. Ethan, you want to grab Davey for the interview?
Oh, I don't think I have permissions to do that in this server.
I mean, just talk to the guy.
Hi, Davey. How was your race? We were watching you, and how did it go?
It was halfway decent. I thought, I mean, when Ed got spun earlier in the race, I mean, obviously I felt bad because he's my teammate, but honestly, it would have taken something like that to happen to him for me to even have a chance, being like 4 points back. And we were like, kind of not, we weren't complaining, but we kept thinking that the race was going to go caution free and completely screw him out of it. But I'm glad he got caught back up because I thought that was kind of a crappy thing to happen so early in a race for a championship. But I mean, I can't complain. I didn't come into this thinking I had a super great shot at it because I was so far back. But I'll take second place in second place in points, second or third place in the race. I'll call it a win.
Yeah, tie for most wins too with 4, with between you, Schaefer, and Morris.
Yeah, I mean overall we had a really good season. I'm thrilled. I mean, I'm glad if I couldn't get it, I'm glad it's my teammate. He gets Arca, I get Truck. We've got a good thing coming up to Xfinity next year, so I feel like we're headed in the right direction as far as momentum goes.
How are you feeling for Xfinity?
I mean, I like it. The car is fun. The schedule is good. Uh, I
I'm
mean,
interested to see that schedule. Haven't gotten it released yet.
it is. At this point, we are working our way through the fine tuning details of like stages and whatnot. But the principal schedule is together. Um, I think it'll be great. I'm interested to see how so many different personalities clashing on the track at the same time are going to go because it's almost a 40 car field at this point.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but we'll see. I'm excited to race the Xfinity car again, but I also admin the series. We'll see how it goes. I think I'll enjoy myself for the most part.
And I know you're probably not allowed to talk about it, but I'll just ask. Is it going to kind of follow the kind of same deal that we had with the Cup Series and Xfinity Series schedule, where they're mostly going to be racing companion tracks?
Uh, to avoid being reprimanded later, I'm going to say no comment, just
Okay,
in case.
that would be my guess if what's going to happen if we follow, but who knows? Things may change.
Yeah, you never know. I'm sure it'll be out. We only have 2 or 3 weeks until the next season starts, so it'll be out quick, and we got to get the number selection process going. So it's a whole thing now that the seasons are all done
Yeah,
and
I
over
know
with.
that they're already working with that for Xfinity. I was surprised because it was fast. Like I was told today, I was like, "What?"
No, yeah,
So I mean,
I don't think we anticipated so many people being in the series. I didn't think as many people were gonna stay down in Xfinity. I thought more were gonna move up. Not that I like large fields. I like good car counts. I'm excited we get to start the season with basically a full field. Um, But yeah, I'm
No,
looking
you have
forward to
fun in Xfinity. I'm gonna chill in trucks.
it. It's cool that me and both the Morses are all gonna move up together and race with Chad in Xfinity. I think I'll really enjoy racing with them. They're all really good dudes.
All right. Well, what do you got for shoutouts?
Shout out first to Ed. I'm thrilled that he got this championship. He has worked so hard this year to get through so much crap. Um, I can't be happier for the dude. Everyone else on North South, Forns, Barkley, Senior, Chad, Mike, all of us, everyone that watches at home, all the sponsors that put this on, um, specifically Martin Sports for doing ARCA and Truck, Swag Designs for the league as a whole, all the admins that put it on, and you guys up in the booth, and I think that's it.
All right. Well, good job tonight. We'll see you next season.
Yep, see ya.
Ed, congrats on the championship. How
Oh,
about that recovery drive? Thought it may have been over for you early if the caution didn't come out. We had a few no calls and then got lucky. One came out. How about that?
I know it, man. It was something that really shouldn't have happened early on. It was just racing. I'm not gonna really play the blame game or nothing like that either. But that was just a tight situation and it happened, and luckily we didn't hit anything and it didn't bring the caution out, and we kept it going straight for the most part. And yeah, I thought my chances were done there because I just knowing my luck that nope, this will be a caution-free race now, and I'll never make this time up. And well, somebody was on my side tonight, so it was fortunate. I was watching people go through the grass. I was watching people wreck off a pit road. I'm like, come on, caution, come on, let's go, let's go. Somebody get loose in front of me and hit the wall and keep it straight. And I'm like, I was hoping everybody on this track would have wrecked to bring a caution out. And I was like, well, I can't do it because, well, I'd catch all sorts of heck for bringing out a caution, and I don't run like that either, anyways. But I know luck was on our side tonight. We was fortunate and was able to get that caution, and we was pretty much out of fuel. We was getting ready to. I was on the brakes coming down, approaching pit road when that caution came out, and then I jerked it right and stayed on the track, and I had less than a gallon of fuel left, and I was coasted it all the way back around and ran out on pit road there and coasted into my box. But I was able to do it and get track position back and get a good restart position, and
How much
you
damage
saw what
did you
happened
have to
after that.
repair, by the way, just out of curiosity? How
It
long
was
was that
about
damage?
12 seconds. It
Oh,
wasn't
for that
terrible. I
much
think
of
it
a
was
dent?
just yeah, I know it, and it was fortunately I think in the right rear, it didn't really change too much as far as the speed of the car. I think the handling might have been. I could definitely feel it a little bit up at the top of the track. I kind of changed my line a little bit and was running a little bit about that seam lower. I couldn't quite get right up against the wall like those other guys were, and I don't know if it was just my nerves or if it was that right rear damage to where I couldn't just keep it up there and not keep the rear end underneath me. But no, luckily it wasn't too bad. It didn't really slow us down. We was able to keep the speed.
Well, that being said, Ethan, Jeremy, either you got anything for Ed?
You can go first, Jeremy.
Well, man, we saw you battle it up and down all season. I mean, you didn't really get the finishes you want, but slow and steady wins championships, and it's obvious point that you played it slow and steady. You ain't got that many wins going into it. If I can get it brought back, I believe you've got two,
3, I think.
four.
I think
Well,
this would
four
be
counting
3.
tonight.
4 counting tonight.
Four
Okay.
counting tonight. So you had three. I mean, your teammate Hendricks, he had four. But what really paid out for you, it looked like, was your top fives and top tens, 14 and 15 respectively in each. So, I mean, that mishap at the beginning, pretty much a lot of people counted you out. But like you said, fate was on your side, and well, here you are.
Yeah, I was. If I could, that whole run, I was really frustrated there. After I got back going, I was kind of just down on myself. I was like, well, that there went my chances. I kind of was giving up, but I was like, I didn't lose too much time. Maybe I could battle back. And there's, if it's a long green flag race, a lot of laps tonight that we ran, a lot of pit stops. I was like, maybe I could work my way back up, on time and maybe get up into the top 5. And I knew I came in tonight with a 3-point lead. And I was like, yeah, just maybe. I was like, I don't have to win this race. It just kind of depends on how everyone else ends up. Maybe Banks didn't quite get. If he didn't win the race, I might have had a chance. And not winning, not being able to get back up to the front. But It works out. Everything happens for a reason.
Ethan?
I just wanted to ask you, well, when we have our strategy in Cup, whenever it comes to fuel mileage and stuff, but my blood pressure always goes up whenever. Well, we have stages in Cup, so whenever we're very close on fuel, we we might not make it to pit road under caution because we have to wait 1 or 2 laps. How did you feel whenever the caution came out and you were running out?
I don't know, man. I was just more or less so excited about the caution in general. Um, I just natural instinct. Caution comes out, pit road closes. I'm like, I want to avoid the penalty, the EOL. So I didn't come down pit road, and then I look down. I'm like, man, I really got to baby this thing back around. I almost thought about once I come around that first time, I almost thought about just coming in under a closed pit and just taking the penalty and not, I was really worried about running out on the track and having to tow because that would have been our night if I would have had to do that. But yeah, no, it was definitely a stressful situation, and I was really trying to milk every little ounce of fuel left out of this thing to get back to my spot. And like I said, I coasted. Car was off at about the start finish line on pit road, and I just rolled it all the way to my box. So
Well, yeah, you did
All
it,
right.
and I just want to say congratulations on the championship. You had a really good run tonight. I knew you were driving angry because you were having the fastest laps after you got spun. So I knew you were driving angry, at least a little bit. But
yeah,
yeah,
there was a lot of feelings in that. I even kind of got up in the wall one time, tried just over pushing the car as we went through the run, and plus, driving under emotions underneath that first run too, because everybody uses that first run to kind of figure out how the track changes and evolves throughout the run. You know, you, are you able to run it pretty hard, pretty evenly throughout the run, or do you need to kind of take it easy at the beginning and so you have a little bit more at the end? All that stuff you figure out at the beginning of the run or at the beginning of your first run. And I was kind of unable to really do that. I kind of had to do that kind of analysis on my second run to really feel. Plus, when I skidded those tires, I think I really kind of burnt them up a bit early, more than I needed to.
well, it doesn't matter in the end because not only did you get the win, you got the championship, and
Right.
just again want to congratulate you on the championship. Great run tonight, Ed.
Thanks, man.
All right. Well, what do you got for shout outs, buddy?
No, just everybody here at Relentless, man. I appreciate everybody putting on this league and all the staff that does such a hard job putting this thing on. And I know, I know how hard work that is. I run a league myself, co-own, and I've been doing it for quite some time, and I know the stress and the headaches and the time commitment that goes into it. And thankful to all the guys that put in that work. Appreciate it. And then big shout out to my dad. Um, it's awesome that I get the privilege to race with him on here, and we have this hobby to do together. And he's the one that found this league and told me about it and convinced me to come over here and run. And I was like, yeah, you know what, I'll give it a shot. And I'm really glad he convinced me because I've had so much fun over here this season. It's been a blast. I mean, there's a lot of good guys in here. Fast, respectable. It's been a lot of fun. It's me and Davies raced together for a long time, and then we separated, and it was nice to come back and race with him again. I don't think I could have won this championship without Davey, and the teamwork that we had here at North South and under the ownership and guidance of Matt. I really thank him for bringing me on board this season and giving me the opportunity to race for him and in this league. So big shout out to him and appreciate the spot in Xfinity next season. I'm excited to move up and go up there and race for another championship and see what I can do up there with those guys. So I'm excited for that. Um, you guys in the broadcast, everything you guys do each week, you guys do a hell of a show. So we appreciate it. All the sponsors, everybody that contributed to this league and this series this season, thank you. All the fans watching, appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed.
All right. Well, overall, it was a good season. Season 2 of Relentless. We were happy to broadcast all the racing leagues from Xfinity to Cup, Truck and Arca, or Gen 4 as they now call it. Um, you know, we'll be back. We'll be figuring out who's broadcasting what. We have a bunch of. We're hoping to bring on some new people for next season. So next season it's only a few weeks away. We're gonna be getting restarted in about 2.5 weeks from now. So it's gonna be coming up on us pretty quick. You said we're starting up on the 12th.
I think
No,
it's
so
it's the week
I thought
of September 11th.
yeah, I thought we were gonna be starting on the 11th for Xfinity. I guess not. Oh well. But with that being said, you know, it's gonna come up pretty fast. We're looking to have new people in the booth. Hope you all enjoy whoever comes. We're gonna be figuring out our schedules. I hopefully will be back for Cup next season. That's what I really want to do. Get Cup going for next season. But we'll get it all figured out. Thanks to everyone in the league who makes it possible for us to get these broadcasts done, bringing us on. Uh, you know, Thanks to all the drivers who are work with us, talk to us. You know, put up with us broadcasters. We're going to be working with some new SDK stuff. Hopefully, the drivers will like it. The SDK should be looking really good for next season. We got some plans going on with that. Um, Overall, we had some good championship fights over the last week, and we'll be getting ready to start it up all again. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a whole new season. I mean, it'll be starting up in the 9th, or not the 9th, in September, and it won't be over until February. So we got some good racing figured out for us. So anyway, thank you to finally just thank you to everyone who hopped in the booth, whether that be Chad coming in trucks, Ethan over the last week, people filling in when it needs to be filled in, Isaac, me and him having a great time in Cup, you and Jeremy, seeing Tony and Jeremy running in Xfinity, it's been a good time. So we're gonna take a break. We will be back in a couple weeks. So that being said, congrats to Ed Morris for getting the Gen4 championship. We'll see you all on the 12th. Have a good night, everybody. This is Southern Broadcast Race Network. See you then. Goodbye.